What's the best Wi-Fi name you've seen? I caused a small family panic when I named it Disconnected Edit. Thank you guys for so much more evil ideas and suggestions. My family will suffer more and I'll burn in hell for sure. Thanks. My so changed art to loading. I'll never get back the time I put into trying to fix it. Mine is connecting. Ours is low signal strength. My favorite was, Mom, click here for internet. Calling it now that someone else's mother who has visited their child within that Wi-Fi router's range has tried to connect to it. When Op's mom slept over at my place, she tried to connect to it. Well, yeah, when you guys finish up after 2 minutes, what else is she gonna do all night? You guys are brutal. Chipotle guest Therese, no Chipotle nearby. It's stupid shit like this that cracks me up the most, I don't know why. I set my house network as McDonald's free Wi-Fi. My mother thought I legitimately got a Wi-Fi plan from McDonald's. There is no McDonald's nearby. I didn't think it was possible to not be near a McDonald's. Fun fact, Subway actually has significantly more locations than McDonald's but brings in half the revenue. Yes, about $24,000 versus $14,000 in the US. It's substantially cheaper to open a Subway though. Think about the kitchen equipment. Plus, Subway corporate's game plan until a few years ago was to franchise as many restaurants as possible to collect fees. Then when the market became too saturated and franchisees started cutting corners to stay in business, they realized that it's hurting the brand and is unsustainable. We're not allowed to have our own routers on campus, so I named mine at Mobile Hotspot. Gotta go for something less obvious like John's iPhone. But then there'll be two. Juan's iPhone. Go back to California when I had just moved to Texas, and had CA plates on my car still. Geez. My favorite is it's on the back of the router edit. On the back of the router it would say ask my name for password. My Wi-Fi password for a while was want the router. Hilarity ensued. The following password was it did change. My buddy has there is no password as his password for the same reason. My cell phone number. What a password? Was mine a while ago. If you give me quarter. 244,466,666 then read it out as 1 2 3 4 5 6 edit, put one too many sixes. Password. The password was wifey. Set your Wi-Fi password to 4 words all uppercase. Then, when someone asks, tell them, 1 word all lowercase, 4 words all uppercase. Source u2.b. My fiancé had hours as Spider Monkey and would tell people no caps or spaces. What does my mom do? Types in Spider Monkey no caps or spaces. One of my sons, probably about 12 or 13 at the time, friend's father set added a Wi-Fi channel named Free Internet Porn when his son had a birthday sleepover. The father then sat outside the area where they were sleeping and listened to them spend hours trying to figure out how to connect. My son called me that night asking how to connect to a Wi-Fi channel when you don't know the password because his friend forgot their password. I told him the only way was to guess. Evidently it kept them busy and out of trouble all night. Until they broke the code. Hacker voice, I'm in, goes to Google and searches boobs. Jesus caught my kid for the first time not too long ago. Just porn as a search and H jobs. I guess 12 years. Girls are about as inventive as boys. Edit, forgot the comma but I like it this way better. Well damn, I never expected Christ's third coming to be like that. Protected sex and unprotected sex for a British electronics store called Sex. My ISP is Cox, so do with that what you will. Make 2 networks, Cox Worship, your full speed, password protected home network, Cox and Ball Torture, your guest network, not connected to your LAN and without a password, with speed limited to 8 kilobits per second. Dealing with Cox is already exhausting, now it's just torturous. Rebellious Amish family. The most notable, and my least favorite. It can hear masturbating. I lived in an apartment with thin walls. I was really self-conscious after that. Edit. Thanks for the awards and laughs. Stay safe, fellow Redditors. Image chilling in your bedroom and suddenly you hear smack 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 smack. Smack 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 smack. I'm no expert, but I think you're doing it wrong. Sounds like you are a bit of an expert. One would even say, a master. Ah, you're dangling a juicy bait. You're a pretty good baiter too, my friend. My younger brother set his mobile hotspot to hot singles in your area and I'm never gonna get over it. Missed an opportunity for hot signals in your area. I ducked Jenny, landlord's wife. I had a friend who had that. Hated his landlord, but the landlord couldn't find out which tenant was broadcasting it. The friend had it hooked up to a battery so the landlord couldn't cut the power to find out whose it was. I was like, a battery? Now I don't believe this story. And then I remembered that I also own UPS. It's also pretty easy to hook up a 12V battery to many routers and other devices that use 12V power adapters. When the Wi-Fi password was I don't know hilarious when anyone asked him how to get on his Wi-Fi. It was like a vaudeville routine. Guy walks into a bar and asks the bartender, "What's the Wi-Fi password?" The bartender replies, "You need to buy a beer first." So the guy buys a beer and asks again, "What's the Wi-Fi password?" The bartender replies, "You need to buy a beer first," all lowercase, no spaces or punctuation. Friends of mine did a similar thing at a party once. They taped up a huge banner on the wall that said "Eat a Wimwig Mabe." Everyone was asking what it meant. Friends responded, "If I tell you what it means, will you get me a beer?" Almost everyone who asked didn't get it and came back to them with a fresh beer. Silence of the LAN is a top contender for me. Totally safe Wi-Fi, no spyware. Promise and let it open, without password. Haha, I've got my guest network SSID is very free Wi-Fi, no virus. Wi-Fi for hot singles in your area. Troy in a bed in the modem. That's mine. Password is cool it. Yes, I know it should be cool. Cool, but I just did triple cool because that's the amount he says fast frown. Ah, that's nice. Don't you dare use your sexy voice. Crack Shack, which wasn't exactly creative, but we later found out that the owners were arrested for selling drugs at it. No, it was not a restaurant. We don't have a restaurant chain named Crack Shack in my state. Easy way to tell customers how to get there. Just drive up 5th until your phone sees the Crack Shack Wi-Fi. You'll know which house it is. 5 grams coronavirus test number 1 strength, 500%. Malware.exe. Notavirus.exe. Notadoctor.99. Free Milan. I heard that. No. I felt that. Wu-Tang Lan. One of my neighbors has been Wu-Tang Lan for years. I love it. Password is protect INET. Password is old dirty password. Was at a church and some neighbor had Jesus has left the building. Jesus has left the chat. This LAN is my LAN. This LAN is your LAN. From California to the New York Island. Lord Offbings, password Legolas. Fie you fools. My friends, you bow to no WAN. Free Wi-Fi. I jokingly set up a hotspot called Free Wi-Fi Airport XYZ while waiting for a delayed plane. I shut it down after 5 minutes cause my phone was getting dosed by people trying to connect to it. Edit 1K, cause this got a bit more traction than expected. I wanted to add something to avoid getting people into trouble. Sniffing traffic could be illegal in your country. Do this in your home lab, but for the sake of God don't start spamming fake hotspots and allow people to connect to them. The less experience you have, the more likely you're doing something that could be considered a felony. Edit 2, this was supposed to be a fun Wi-Fi name story and turned into a how to hack Wi-Fi fact. I'm not going to share any information regarding stuff like this, and it's completely off topic. Plus, again, as mentioned in Edit 1, if you don't know what you're doing and follow advice from a guy called Spockadoodle, it could get you into trouble. All I'm saying is to be careful when using networks you're not controlling and to take appropriate measures if you're handling data that could be harmful to you, your company, or others. Edit 3. Thanks, kind stranger, for the award. Definitely didn't expect a stupid hotspot story to be my most upvoted comment. Edit 4. Rephrase legality of sniffing. You're like one of those guys that puts the power outlet stickers on airport pillars. Except you don't get to watch people lose their shit. Well, it's been a fun 5 minutes, cause nothing's more annoying to people than just not getting connected to that damn Wi-Fi. But jokes aside, it made me realize why lots of corporate policies mention to be careful connecting to public Wi-Fis. And as a side note, those policies are there for a reason. Edit, additional info.